Hello everybody and welcome back with more Dawn of Man in the village of Gruntings. This is the village of Gruntings. I'm just trying to be paleolithic and blend into the game. You understand how that works. Anyway, alright, so we're up to 9 pops, which is not a lot. We have a lot more that we need to be getting, but we have a lot of capacity too, so I'm hoping that people are going to be joining in the near future. We also have enough knowledge to continue pushing down the tech tree. Now, going for slings could be helpful. Sling's pretty good weapon for us, good for hunting animals and stuff, just conking them right over the head. I can see that it is worth 2 stars as far as hunting is concerned, so if we ever are running out of bone spears, maybe we'd rather get some slings. Now that does cost some of those hides, so I'm not sure I want to use that at the moment, but going forward we will want it. Also, eventually in the game, other humans might come to raid us, and having weapons like, let's say, slings or bows, very good defensive weapons. So I want to make sure that we have plenty of those going forward. Alright, well, I did say that going forward in the series, we are going to be doing some jump cuts here and there, just to make sure that things are clipping along at an interesting pace. Speaking of which, by the way, I see an animal wandered a little bit too close. Hang on, a couple of hunters, go get him. Thank you. No, just chase after him. Run. You can double-click, by the way, they sprint. Yes, shoot him while he's in the river. He can't run away. Well, now you guys have to frickin' swim. Oh, we're being attacked by wolves. Oh, that's good. Okay, do we have any other adults? Nope, just the one guy? Okay, you guys are children, I think. Can you help at all? Can you help defend against this wolf? Because the wolf absolutely can kill Gyrick the old man. Well, I take that back. The Gyrick the old man happened to have a rock, so he smacked the wolf over the head. It was an old female, so it wasn't particularly dangerous. Alright, but be careful. Every once in a while, things like that can happen. A dangerous predator can just come and try to kill your guys, and you want to be able to react to that quickly if at all possible, so be ready for it. Now, here's a fun thing. One of my humans just ran through a pack of mammoths, and they all split up and ran away. I wonder if we could use that as a way to kind of split off the babies so we can kill them pretty early. I don't know. I do see some humans up over here, but they're not mine, so I have to think that this is 4 more people that are about to join the colony, which is great, because I certainly could use some more folks. Oh, look, there was actually a baby really close by. Hang on. Do I dare attack it? Nah, it's still too close to the adults. The adults will absolutely just come and kill me. Yeah, they're all traveling together as a group. Ah, it would have been fun, but I'm not quite brave enough to take on a mammoth. Not yet. Not until I get a few more resources, dang it. Not quite good enough. 4 more population, and as a result of getting to population 10, we get 3 more knowledge, which means I can buy some new tech. Let's go for the dog domestication. So we're going to start domesticating dogs. Now, we can tame young wolves if we can find them and get some wolf pups. Or, over time, dogs will just kind of automatically wander in and join the colony and stick around. And the number of dogs you can have is dependent on how many pups you already have. I don't know the exact ratio. Maybe it's like 1 dog for like every 5 or 6 people. It seems to be around that number, but I don't know for sure. Either way, dogs are good, though. Eventually, we're going to be able to properly domesticate them and train them. And that means that they are going to be able to help me in my hunting tasks. You can imagine chasing after a deer and having a dog to run in and rip out its throat can be very, very helpful. So I definitely would like to get the dogs. Once we've got dogs and proper bone spears for everybody, I think we could take on some larger prey and get a lot more meat and bones and hides. Actually, there it is, right there. A dog is wandering around. It's coming close by. Okay, here they come. Now, dogs, you do need to feed them. I think that they will eat your scrap meat, but otherwise they don't need any housing or any other sort of special treatment, so they're fairly low maintenance. In the future, we will be able to domesticate animals like goats, sheep, pigs, cattle, horses, etc., and they will all need their own food source and a stable. So domesticating animals does get more complicated as time goes on, but at least for the beginning of the game, dogs are pretty easy and pretty useful. Alright, my workers currently don't have anything to do. I think we've reached capacity for pretty much everything. So it's time to get a whole bunch of hunters together and see if we can't possibly go after some larger prey en masse. So right over here, for example, these, is it an oryx? Yes, it's an oryx. Let's go kill it. And sneak up and kill. Okay, you can see the whole herd of adults are attacking me, but this is why we wanted to have a whole bunch of adults sitting around. Stab the oryx. Okay, this guy's running off because he got wounded, but I think he'll end up being okay. So just keep throwing your spears, and that's 3 big adults dead. Now, they're young, are very exposed, and we should go and kill them and get the extra knowledge for killing a bunch of oryx. There we go. That's 5, so we get extra knowledge for that. I'll just go ahead and kill you guys as well, and the rest will leave. That's a little bit too many corpses for me to really process at this point. I don't have enough space for that many bones, that much meat, etc., etc. But at least this gives us a lot of resource, and it gives us some knowledge. Now I can go ahead and get the dog training done so that dogs will be able to assist me in the future with killing more prey. So I'm recording right now, right? And this isn't anything to do with the game, but I'm just sitting here recording. My wife just got back from the store, and she just brought in some caramel coconut Oreos. This woman's trying to kill me, but man, I love her a lot. Oh, yeah. Let's give me one of them. Yep. Oh, I bet you guys wish you could have this in the prehistoric times, don't you? Yeah. Now, notice, by the way, Turab just contracted an infection. Very good chance that people are just going to die when they get infections, because there wasn't exactly penicillin or anything back in the days. So, it's a bit of a death sentence. Maybe. He might recover, but it's a bit of a 50-50 chance. Notice, by the way, a second dog just came to join us. Well, you can't notice that it's a jump cut, but even so. A second dog is here, which means, again, it's tied into the population, so I think it's somewhere on the order of, like, 6 people. Every 6 gets a dog. So we've survived another winter, and we achieved another milestone called Survival, which gets me 2 more knowledge. And that's a little screenshot of the village of Gruntings. Again, this is kind of a little satisfying to see the progression as it goes on. We can actually take a look at those milestones if we go right here. So hunting and gathering, accumulate 3 units of raw meat and 3 units of berries, then survival, survive for 2 years, enter the Mesolithic era, get 20 people, unlock all Neolithic founder crops, domesticate some goats and sheep, build a stone circle, obtain bronze, obtain steel, and get 150 people and build a cairn in your settlement, which was an ancient, I think, Gaelic, like stone circle, like a spiritual site. I think is what you described that. I don't know. I think it's Gaelic, but maybe other cultures did it as well. Now, I sent a couple more people on a hunting expedition. This time around, though, you can see that the dog is following us. Looks more like a wolf than a dog to me, but I guess it makes sense in the prehistoric era. All right, very quietly, sneaky sneak. But we'll get the first shot in. You can see the dog is even being sneaky, too. That's awesome. The dog's going to run in and finish it off after we've given it a good spear through the leg or something. There you go. Poke, poke. Oh, never mind, didn't even need it. But the dog follows you around automatically just by assigning a hunt job, and dogs will be like, I want to help! By the way, if you guys are looking for ways to get more knowledge, but you're not sure what to work on next, if you go down to your management button, let's see, we'll just show you right here, and then go to More, you can click on something called Knowledge Progress, which is actually hotkeyed to the number 8. And it'll actually show you what else you need to be doing. For example, crafting a bit more stuff, skinning some more, drawing some more skins, etc. We've never hunted a mammoth. We haven't hunted a cave bear, or a woolly rhino, or a wild horse, etc. Lots of things you can do to get some additional knowledge. So this is a very helpful tracker if you want to progress any further and don't know what to do. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and unlock our final technology of the Paleolithic era, and that is the tanning technology, which will let us build the tanner and the weaver. We can also eventually start making sledge making, or rather, I'm sorry, it's going to lead to these technologies, but soon we'll be able to make sledges, and we'll also be able to take leather and turn it into leather outfits. Leather outfits, very good for the summer, pretty stylish, but a little bit more expensive overall. Skins, particularly good during the winter because they are very warm. All right, so let's see. We need to set up a new work area, especially since it is still spring. So I want to collect tannins. Tannins, I think, are basically sap that you can bring in from trees. They are only available during the springtime. So we want to be collecting tannins a bit in the early game, or sorry, in the year, in the spring, while it's still here, before summer hits. Tannins are necessary to cure the dried leather and turn it into, well, usable regular leather. For that, though, we should go to our production here. There's something called a tanner. There it is. Now, this takes a log. I don't have a log yet because I haven't chopped down any trees. We should be able to do that, though, because I've already been building up our flint axes. Worst come to worst, so another thing you can do is just go ahead and buy a log right here from a commissioner. I mean, it's only 1 value. We could just, I don't know, give you a rock. Would you like a rock? I don't know. It's a thing we can do. That said, I'm still going to chop down a tree, but just be aware that that is how you're going to do it. So let's go ahead and place down a tanner. I will say let's place one right here. Just as, again, it's close to a couple of my storage tents. And this is going to take our raw hides. I think it's raw hides and not dried. And then using tannins, we'll turn it into proper leather. We are being attacked by a wolf. Now, the wolf is a little far off, so we have a chance to react to this. Dogs also will help defend you against them. But I'm going to go ahead and grab these 4 people. Let's go ahead and target the wolf and make sure that none of our people get hit. There's actually a couple of them. Okay, couple of wolves then. Yeah, let's just go ahead and throw some spears at them. It's actually going to just turn into free meat and stuff for me. And there goes the dog, by the way. Yep, dog's helping out. And the wolves are dead, so we can just skin it. Basically, thank you for giving me free meat and hides, guys. That was very convenient. Aha, a bear coming down for a drink. I think I'm going to try to kill this guy, because I would like to get myself some extra knowledge points for killing a new animal. Also, I don't really like leaving predators just sort of hanging out because, I mean, what if they want to pick me off? And I've got a couple of dogs to help track it down too, so if you don't go too far, I'm just going to cross in the shallow parts of the river, sneak up on you, and attack. Now, it got scared at first, so it kind of ran away, but now it's turning around to come and attack me. But this is where the dogs become helpful. You can see that 3 guys easily can take down the bear, took very little damage in the process, and bears worth quite a bit. We like killing bears. Now, I actually see a pack of cave hyenas over here as well. Most of them are young, but they'll travel in a pack and attack me together. I would like to kill them because 5 of them dead is going to translate into a pretty good amount of knowledge so I can try progressing into the next era. So let's see if I can't provoke them in some way, especially with the help of my doggos. Come here, guys. I'm here to kill you. No, just don't make me swim this much. Come on. There we go. Got it. Now the adults are going to come after me. Got that. And then these are more cave hyenas. We are going to hunt these guys. All of you, go kill. Should be able to do that easily enough. Actually, wait. No, I want to kill 5 of them, though. Come on. Can you guys stop it? Stop running away, hyena. Time to kill. There we go. Got that one. Kill another one, and then there's another one right here as well. Let's try to track those guys down, get all the experience. Without the adults, I don't think they even really know what to do with themselves. It's kind of sad, really, because it's like they're orphans, and then you slaughter them for food. But, I mean, this is nature. It's the early era of human civilization. It's got to be brutal. It's a literal dog-eat-dog world, all right? Now, I'm going to chop down a few trees over this direction, making care not to get rid of the trees that can produce food, like the service tree here. Because obviously food is nice. Eventually we'll get rid of it, but for now, let's make sure we get some of those much-needed logs. We'll be able to finally get the tanning done for the tanner. 3 more people just joined. We now have a population of 15, which gets me 3 more knowledge. Unfortunately, I need 15 to unlock the Mesolithic era, so it's going to be a little while longer, but it's nice to have the people hanging out, right? I think it is. We should also make sure we get ourselves some more wood storage. They're free to build, and it just prevents people from having to walk too far. Hello, a whole load of donkeys. We should go and kill all of those donkeys, because killing a bunch of them can be worth even more knowledge. There's the tanner, though, so the tanner's done. So you can see here it's going to take raw skin, not dried skin, just raw skin, plus those tannins we can only collect during the spring, and turn it into usable leather. Then we're going to go to production over here, and we did not unlock the outfitter. No, that's not what does I need? Was it the crafter? Oh, yeah, it is the crafter. Okay, the crafter can take leather and turn them into leather outfits. 1 piece of leather gets 2 outfits. Again, though, notice they are not particularly warm. They're just light, which is good for summers, not so good for everything else. So I want them to produce these, but it will not be enough to get us through the winter when things get really cold. So don't rely too heavily on leather. Basically, what I'm saying is don't turn off the skin's outfit. Those are still useful. Now, this is the problem with telling people to hunt things like donkeys and then just not paying attention. Now they're all wandering really far from the base. And when 1 or 2 stragglers get up to the donkeys, they all scatter, which just makes it that much harder for everybody else. So I'm going to say cancel what you're doing with the hunting of the donkeys. It was cool and all for a while, but they got too far away. It is almost always better in the early game just to micromanage your hunters and tell them to go after nearby prey. Don't worry about anything else. It's honestly just not worth the run. Now, I do see some mammoths have wandered very close to the base. Do we think we can take on the mammoths? I think the answer is yes, if we get enough of them together. So let's get all these guys and say we need to go for the adults. Now, who's the most dangerous of the bunch? Well, we have 2 fully grown adults who are ready to defend their young worth anything. But if we can kill them, it's worth a lot of knowledge. We'll learn so much from the murder. Also, we have some dogs, which should come and join us soon enough. This one's splitting off from the pack for some reason, so that's good. Maybe we have a little bit of time to respond. Throw a spear! We've irritated it. Okay, now it's going to come and try to kill us. Now, we might lose somebody if we're not careful. But with enough hunters, I'm hoping we're going to end up being all right. This guy's about to get real hit. Oh, he's fine, actually. Oh, dude, we took out the mammoth. Look at that. We murdered the mammoth. That was easy. Let's go kill some more mammoths. Kill the mammoths! Dude, that's 3 adult mammoths dead. Now they've only got babies left. Let's go kill the babies. They're worth knowledge, too, if we kill enough of them. Come back here. Don't run from me. Ah, we weren't able to kill the last one. He gets away because my spear broke at the wrong time. Darn it, Korgal, you freaking old man. You let the babies escape. This makes me so sad. Whatever, we got a lot of experience, and the cool thing about these mammoths is they're worth an absolute ton of hides and meat, so mammoths are pretty good for hunting. Yeah, you get a large enough raiding party together. That's awesome. We should do that more often. One thing worth noting, by the way, is that your buildings do wear out over time and kind of reduce in condition and require some little patch jobs. Like this tent right here, you can see it's kind of fallen into disrepair. So it's going to cost me an extra stick and a hide in order to keep it up. So the more buildings you have, the more resources you're going to need just for maintenance. Something worth noting. Hello, what's a horse doing here? I don't know, but let's see if we can hunt it, because I don't think I've killed one of those yet. Yeah, he's a little fast. Hunting down a horse is not easy. Got him, though. And we get some extra knowledge. That's 15, which means we can move on to pottery, which unlocks the Mesolithic era. Doink! Okay, now we can spend 7 knowledge for any of these things and get a whole load of useful technology. I like the sledges a lot. Sledges are kind of like early carts, or sleds. You can use them for hauling a lot of stuff around, which is great. Archery is very good for killing animals and also getting some defense. Grain processing is nice to be able to harvest various different crops and cereals around the map, but you can't grow your own until you get to cereal domestication. We will want this, that's very important. But not a lot to do with these at the moment. More tools could be helpful, better bone knives and sickles and stuff, and eventually stone polishing for, again, more knives and sickles. So we'll want some better tools, certainly for the knives, so I can stop making the bifaces. But we'll also want to get these sledges and the archery. That's all very good. Spirituality, not the most important. It mostly is going to just unlock a new type of totem for us and someplace to bury our dead. If people die, everyone gets a huge morale debuff. They're going to want to have some place to bury their dead so they can go by and pay their respects and get their morale back. That will end up being important. In the meantime, though, we have reached the next milestone, humble beginnings, 2 more knowledge for me, and there's a nice little screenshot to remind us just how far we've come. Some more traders have arrived. This guy also has a high commission, but they do sell the bone polishings technology. It would cost me 225. I mean, I could sell things like our skins outfits, but I don't think that that's a wise call, because I don't think we could really afford that, so still can't do anything with you at the moment. What I do want to do is sell off some of our worthless equipment, like wooden spears and wooden harpoons. We're never going to use these, but they do count toward our tool limit, and they stop producing bone tools or better tools so long as these guys are sitting around. Also, old tools gradually lose value as you progress through the eras. So we want to sell these off while they're still worth something instead of nothing. Now, with the invention of pottery, here's something fun that we can do. We can set up a new work area to extract water. And you might say, well, what do you need to extract water for? They can already just walk down to the river and drink it. That's true, but wouldn't you like to save them the movement so they can just go right to the base and just drink from one convenient location? Only one person wastes their time instead of all of them? That seems like a better call to me, so we're going to go ahead and start doing that. We'll gather up to 20 water, but that's it. We don't want to go too much further than that. This also becomes very helpful in the winter when you have animals in the future in a stable, and you want to get them some water as well. So this will be important for us to do, but just for now, just a little pile of water, bring it back to the base. That's enough to just give us a little bit more efficiency. Now, we have got some more knowledge. What do I want next? Let's see. I think we might want the sledging. Sledging could be good. I mean, bone polishing for the better knives and stuff is very tempting too, though. I would like the bone knives, but I'm going to go for the sledge. Now, the sledge is special. We're going to go and build here a transportation method with the sledge. Just cost some sticks and some... I think that's proper leather. That's not just soft skins. That's proper stuff. We can place these anywhere, but what's going to end up happening is once they've built them, people can drag them around whenever they want to carry far away heavy goods, like stone or iron or whatever it's going to be. So they'll automatically carry these around and it just greatly increases their carrying capacity. It's very good for the efficiency of your colony. Looks like we've spotted another wolf coming after us. I seem to think that the wolves like to attack children if they see them split up because they're weak and vulnerable, which is smart. So we're going to go ahead and intercept that. We have dogs and stuff available, but they're not particularly threatening, so those wolves are already dead. Beautiful. Okay, well, no threat really there, but always be mindful. Ooh, looks like we have another wolf coming after us. This time I think it's coming for our dog. I don't have any hunters available right now. I have only children. Uh-oh, where are my hunters? Need a couple of you guys to go hunt down this. I'm not sure if my dog can beat a wolf. Pretty sure that it can't, to be honest. But I can't tell my dog to run away. Yep, the dog is in a lot of danger. And we were able to intercept it just barely in time. Not the big deal if the dogs die. They'll come back eventually, but even so. Hey, look, 2 new humans join my population, which means I'm now up to 20, which gets me 3 more knowledge, which means I can get something else. Let's go ahead and grab those bone tools, and we'll stop making the biface and using up our flint, and instead we'll start making our bone knives and also some bone sickles. Oh yes, we also have unlocked a milestone officially. It's called an expansion because we've reached 20 population. Doesn't look that much different from last time, but there you go. Ah, good, we have built our first couple of sledges. You can see then that our people will automatically grab the sledge and start moving it behind them. This greatly increases their carrying capacity. Yeah, they walk around a little bit slower, but not that much. And if it lets them carry twice or 3 times as much, well worth it. What new technology should I get this time? Now, stone polishing lets us get flint, sickles, and knives if we're running low on bones, but I find that flint is actually pretty difficult to get in the early game because we don't have access to mines yet. And also, they're not better. The flint, sickles, and knives aren't better than bone tools, so as long as we have plenty of bones from hunting, I don't see this as a high priority. We'll get this later. I think it makes more sense for us to go ahead and grab, let's say, the spirituality, so we'll have the ability to make funeral stone heaps and stuff on the off chance somebody dies. I mean, at this point of the game, people have to be getting a little bit older, right? So if we go over here to funerary, we can build a burial mound. It costs some stone, a bone, and a little bit of skins, but we can place our dead somewhere. I like a good picturesque area, you know, somewhere up high. Yeah, let's build one up here. All right, this is where I want to place the dead. Up on the mountain overlooking the river and the village. Our ancestors shall watch over us. That is a lot of bison. We should kill the bunch of bison. Okay, they're dangerous, of course, but this is going to result in a lot of extra knowledge from me as we kill a whole bunch. There we go. All these hunters should be completely fine. This guy got knocked back a little bit, but he's all right. Chase down the babies. Get all of the knowledge. There we go. Also kill the horse. And this horse. There we go. Look at that. We get all the XP all of a sudden. This is great. Man, I am just realizing that I am, like, nothing like the Native Americans of yore, you know? They're all like, oh, we only kill as much as we have to survive, and we thank them. I'm basically playing the Oregon Trail, like, I don't need food, but I like shooting things. Go kill them all. Not very efficient, but holy crap, are we going to have plenty of resources. Let's also go ahead and build our new spiritual structure, the totem. Mainly because I see that there are some people with low morale, and I'm guessing that means that there aren't enough slots to go around with the skull pole. So improving something with a better totem and stuff is probably worthwhile. Also, if we really want to get ourselves some extra XP, what we could do is build a bunch of skull poles and then just immediately demolish them to get most of the resources back. Build 5 of them. Hey, look, more knowledge. Same with the totems. Build a whole bunch of those and then just demolish the ones you don't need, and you're fine. There it is. That's our totem. I don't exactly know why they're praying to it, and it's extremely grisly. Ugh. I don't think you can make anything like that today. It would be anywhere more gruesome than that. That's just horrifying. Oh, Chief, why do we keep building up the skull totem and then immediately taking it down? Because y'all need practice. Isn't that somewhat sacrilegious and stuff? Shouldn't we be building this for our ancestors? No! You do what I say. Stop questioning me, Billy. Aha! Our population has increased to 25. We got 3 more knowledge, which means I can buy something new. Let's go ahead and get the archery. Archery quite good. Let's go to the crafter. Now, in order to get some archery going, we would need to take some raw hides, or rather dried hides, plus some sticks. How the hides turn into bows and string, I don't know, but they are very good for hunting, whereas the slings are only good at 2 stars, bows are 3 stars. These, we want a lot of. Basically, anytime we are able to build bows, we should do so. And in fact, what I want to do... Let's go to my management with limits here, and make sure that we understand that I want everybody, and I mean everybody, equipped with a bow. So 100% of my population. As my population grows, they will automatically increase the limit on the number of bows. So right now, they'll build 25. But if we've got 40 citizens, they'll build 40 bows, that sort of a thing. Very helpful to use the percentages sometimes. Now, let's see. You've got technology. I do like the idea of getting that technology. Let's see, I could sell off the unnecessary bifaces since we should be building knives and stuff about now, but that's only 20 value. If I wanted to get this, you got a high commission as well. Gosh, dang it. Well, I could just go ahead and use the flint axes and stuff, but I don't think that's really worth enough to be worth my time. Could sell off a lot of my skins. We got plenty of those. Like if I did this, and sold off a bunch of these resources, we could just buy the tech and would save me knowledge points. Means we'll have to spend a long time getting more skins and stuff, but you know what? I'm good at hunting. Hunting is fine. All right, let's go ahead and buy the tech then. So as a result, we don't have to gain as many knowledge points to continue down the Mesolithic era. Now we got our grain processing, which means we can automatically harvest various cereals and grains across the map. Then pulse processing, which is good for things like, I don't know, lentils or peas or whatever other wild ingredients. Eventually, we will domesticate them. But yeah, so that uses up a lot of my skins. Go hunt some reindeer. Uh-oh, somebody died of old age. It's Marinak. Marinak just plopped over dead somewhere here in the mountains chasing after a horse or whatever. Unfortunate. All right, so everyone in the village is going to end up taking a morale penalty. So far, everyone looks to be okay, but sometimes you'll see the little sad faces over their head. And that's because someone's dead, so they're going to have to go over here to the burial mound, which I don't actually have enough stones, so I'm not actually getting anything there. Hang on. We should go ahead and do this, because right now I have nowhere to place the body. And you always want to have that. Now, these burial spots have a limit to how many corpses they can hold. But over time, the corpses are going to be, you know, degenerating and stuff. So it will free up space a little bit. As long as people aren't dying too close together, you'll be fine. We don't have anywhere near enough clothes, as I sold so many right off my backs. Also going right into winter, which debatably was a phenomenally stupid thing for me to do, now that I think about it. Let's try making a whole load of clothing. That's a top priority right there. Top priority. Uh-oh, we have somebody who's about to freeze to death. No, get into a tent. Aw, so close to the door. Literally 3 more feet and she would have made it, but she died of hypothermia. Well, this is a good reason for us to be building the burial mound, so they're just going to move her corpse over here, and then people won't get too upset with me, right? Yeah, trading away that many clothes was stupid and greedy, and I should not have done it right before winter. Are you going to make it? Yeah, some people are getting into tents. They'll just hang out over here until they warm up a bit. You definitely don't want people doing tasks really far across the map, though, because, like, for example, Mara was doing something way down here, and it's freaking winter, so she came back, and now she's starting to freeze to death. So, again, get into the dang tent, and you'll be fine. Winter will be over soon enough, but that was needlessly greedy, and an old woman had to die because of it. Here we go, a couple more tents built, increases our capacity up to 33, and we have enough knowledge to finish off the last technology from the Mesolithic period, which means now we should have access to the flint sickles and the flint knives, which again, I don't believe are better than bone. So as long as we got enough bones from hunting, we should continue doing this, but if we ever run out, then yeah, maybe we'll switch over to some flint tools. That said, again, flint has proven to be a little bit tricky to find on the map. I'm not finding a lot of nearby gatherable sources anymore, so I'm a little concerned we're going to run out at some point here. And what's going to have to happen then is we'll need to switch over to some mining sources. I do have plenty of flint deposits in the mountains. I could actually use my flint picks to go and mine some of this out, but if I leave it, I should be able to extract more in the long run than getting rid of this deposit too early. So I think I'll ignore this for now. Hopefully we find enough flint, but pretty soon we should be able to move on to, let's say, underground mining, which will unlock a lot more. In the meantime, though, I think this is a good place to end this video. We have grown a fair bit since the beginning of the last time. We have much more technology. We're progressing pretty well. And we learned some nasty lessons about trading away all the clothing off your back in order to get some technology. Bit of a scam, really, if you ask me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment.